From what I've seen on television, I mean, you just run up and down the touchline and you occasionally shout things like, "Oi, Wazza, get tighter."
And you can ask Mr. Patel for advice on the finer points. He has a football background.
Mr. Patel at the village shop?
Well, of course, Mr. Patel at the village shop. How many Mr. Patels do we know? When he was 17, he played left back for the Islamabad junior jihadists.
Yes, well, I'll certainly give some consideration to your suggestions, but I have to say I am rather dubious.
The thing is, the situation's not going to get any better.
No.
There are already more people over 60 in Britain than there are under 16.
We're just a burden on the public finances, unless we start dying sooner.
The trouble is that us old people, you know, in a modern society, we're essentially pointless.
Essentially what?
Pointless!
Pointless, sorry, yes.
In more primitive cultures, we'd be passing on skills to the younger generation. I mean, if we lived in the Amazon jungle, you and I would be teaching our grandchildren how to kill monkeys with a blowpipe.
Which is absolutely vital for them, isn't it? Yes.
They'd be incredibly grateful for that.
They would.
I mean, my grandchildren aren't the slightest bit interested in learning how to kill monkeys with a blowpipe.
Well, just as well you don't know how to do it, then.
Yeah, all they're interested in is how to get to level 3 in Grand Theft Auto. And I don't know that either.
No. So one way and another, we probably don't deserve a pension anyway.
Probably not.
The first old age pension, a few shillings a week for the over 70s, came into force in 1908. Other measures were on the way. 1911, First National Insurance Act. 1920, Second Unemployment Insurance Act. 1925, Contributory Pensions Act. 1930, Poor Law Act. 1934, Third Unemployment Act. 1936, National Health Insurance Act. 1941, Beveridge Report.
So what can we do to ensure a decent pension? Well, shop around. But here's another paradox. The healthier and more responsible you are, the worse deal you're likely to get. According to advice given by Legal and General on the BBC's Moneybox programme, people in deprived areas can expect bigger annuities.
You have to remember here, we're acting in a very competitive marketplace, and so what we hope is by this initiative we will get more customers coming to Legal and General.
Ultimately, people who live in areas where they are expected to live a long time, people who've lived healthy and presumably wealthier lives, will end up getting less for their annuities. That must be the ultimate conclusion.
They will get less per annum than the individual that's basically living in the poor areas.
And so what's next? Annuities related to obesity or diet or how much you drink?
Quite possibly, yes. Some insurance companies will already offer a better annuity if you're a smoker. Over time, I think more factors will be introduced. Things like obesity could come into it, the job you do, all sorts of things that could come into the equation.
Or better still, why not move to Glasgow? Oh, hi! Come along! All your favourite risk factors in one great city. People are dying to live here. Oh, hi! It may even be worth your while developing a condition which will improve your annuity. Take a look at Norwich Union.
If you're one of the many people who don't have a perfect bill of health, you might qualify for our enhanced pension annuity. We also take what we call lifestyle conditions into consideration. These are factors which can affect your health, like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity and smoking. So it is worth talking to your financial advisor about your lifestyle and health to see what you could get. Enhanced rates if you have a combination of at least 2 out of 4 lifestyle conditions. In some circumstances, increases to rates could be 100% or more, so it's well worth discussing your health.
Enhanced, presumably, meaning that the insurance company gets enhanced profit. Although you can, of course, if you're not on the primary list, you can qualify if you've got a combination of at least 2 out of the 4 lifestyle conditions. So if you've got high cholesterol and you're obese. So, go for it.
Just a very little sip.
So there's a huge financial incentive for pensioners to really let their hair down, what's left of it, and binge drink, smoke, move to a dodgy area, collect ASBOs. We'd have a whole new generation of social delinquents. Saga louts.
Why not take up a pastime in readiness for your retirement, like heavy smoking or drinking? or solvent abuse, or an exciting new sport like lion wrestling, shark polo, or volcano surfing. You've done your bit, and now you deserve a rest, ideally in a box. And your pension company is there to help with an attractive range of inducements.
Enhanced annuity plans are a perfect example of money at its silliest. The market has worked out there's a good return to be made in approaching the fat and the indolent and the 60-a-day man and saying, look, you're going to an early grave, we'd like to help. Although it does throw up a moral conundrum, how do pension companies know that someone who claimed to be obese or a smoker was telling the truth?
OK, look, here's a good one. We take the entire tax revenue of £500 billion and put it on an 8-to-1 shot at Newmarket. Now, if that wins, we're sorted, provided the bookie's good for £4 trillion.
With rising debt and pensions either taken over by private equity or gambled in hedge funds, what's to be done?
No, all right, here we go, my last go. We all pay our tax early. In fact, we all overpay our tax early. I mean, it's brilliant. Look, the money is safe. It's with the Treasury. It's safer than any bank. You cut out the middleman. Plus, we can pay off the national debt, and when the country recovers, as it will do, quickly with all the cash sloshing around, you can reclaim your overpayments as a tax rebate. No, come on, it took me 20 minutes to come up with that.
A few weeks ago, David Blunkett offered some cheery advice.
I think people should work until such time as they become incapacitated.
Or become an embarrassment to themselves or the government.
Stop that, I'll set the dog on you.
But it would solve another problem.
With the pound in freefall and exchange rates falling, Britain is becoming less and less attractive for foreign workers from the Eurozone, while outsourcing abroad is less cost-effective, which means any day soon we'll be awash with those unskilled, menial jobs ideal for the army of pensioners stuck at home wondering what to do with their time. And as overseas call centre workers flood back home, who better to work there than the infirm, who like nothing better than to sit down answering the phone all day?
Or if pensioners find they can't pay council tax, they could always go to prison. What do they call those prisons for low-risk inmates, you know, where you're allowed to wander around a bit? That's it, nursing homes.
And that way, we wouldn't have to pay the winter fuel allowance.
Or even better than that, we could start thinking about euthanasia. Well, you laugh, but we're already doing it. Thanks to SARS and MRSA and C. difficile, we've got some of the best systems of euthanasia in Europe. They're called hospitals. But don't have nightmares, you'll probably die before you get there.
Next week, if it's the markets that rule our lives, what price politics?
Phew. Only a scheme like this can afford you such high benefits. Come on now, it's worth it, isn't it?
Every penny of it. I'm just in time to find out all about it before the scheme starts. You can get the address of your national insurance place from the post office.